علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا وزدنا علما. Alhamdulillah, we finished Surah Al-Baqarah. It took us some time. So we're now into Surah Al-Imran. Al-Imran is taking the name from the family of Imran, which is a noble family. It's from the sons of Israel. And Allah said later in Surah Al-Imran, إن الله اصطفى آدم ونوحا وآل إبراهيم وآل عمران على العالمين. So Allah has chosen Adam and Noah and the family of Ibrahim and the family of Imran among mankind. So 2 or 3 things really related to the choice of the name of the surah, which is the second big surah in the Quran and the third in the sequence. That first is Allah Azza wa Jal confirmed that the message Islam came to complement the previous messages and reaffirm these messages from Allah Azza wa Jal and build on them and provide what's needed for the life condition these days with the progress of mankind and things. And my teacher was saying, like, usually if a leader come, suppose now the Labour won, all the faults in the country will be caused by the Conservative. If Trump, God forbid, comes back to power, then all the faults is Biden. And all of them, the fault is the corona, and the fault is the war in Ukraine, and the fault is nobody come and say, look, who came before me, they did really good job, blah, 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 and I'm here to compliment. And the best things, one of the things the Prophet ﷺ said, obviously all what he said is very good. He said, my example and the example of people, prophets before me, like somebody built a castle and there were a brick missing. And everybody visit the castle, say, oh, it will be really brilliant if that brick was placed in place. And he said, I am that brick. So what good you want then this religion who complements people before you? And you know it's good religion because the people before you, instead, it's like, if somebody come now after Islam and come and say, oh, we studied Islam, it's really brilliant religion, it's quite good and things, that will make you happy, isn't it? It's like the 100, the one who, Michael Hart, the one who wrote the 100 top men, we were really pleased that, found Muhammad ﷺ the top, number 1. While the Christian and the Jew were angry that Islam came. And they were trying even to kill the Prophet ﷺ, and they were fighting the Muslims. And they came for 400 years later to destroy Islam in the Crusade war. And now they're all siding with Israel to destroy the Palestinians. While Islam, the second biggest chapter in the Quran, is praising Al-Imran, mentioning their stories and making them important and confirming the very, second ayah, third ayah, confirming that their messages are correct and from Allah Azza wa Jal. So the start of the ayah of the surah, Allah Azza wa Jal said, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, Alif Lam Mim. Alif Lam Mim, we came across it before, which the best answer to that's the Arab who were the founders of Arabic, and they were really very skilled in Arabic. They never were surprised that why he's saying Alif Lam Mim. And usually Arabs start with something to distract attention, to make people listen. And when they say their poetry, their first 2 lines could be to distract the attention, and has nothing to do with the rest of the poet. It's just بانت معذبتي في الأشهر الحرم blah blah. Then they go to the story. People draw their attention and then start. Or could be the Prophet ﷺ, he learned his alphabet while he never been to school, because you're not allowed to read alam. You have to read it alif, lam, mim. So when I put the word no on the board, you read it no. When I put حروف مقطعة. If I find my pen, probably I lost it here. Yeah, if you read no. While if I put N-O, you will read it N-O. And unless you know how to read it, N-O, no could be learned from your mom. So when I put this no and you read no, I wouldn't know whether it's your mother tongue or not. You learn no. When I put N and O and the child read N and O, he knows his alphabet. So there's many scholars said could be this meaning, this is why, and some scholars say just leave it to Allah Azza wa Jal. He knows what he's talking about, and on the day of judgment, Allah Azza wa Jal will tell us all these ambiguous meaning, unclear meaning to the Quran. So Allah Azza wa Jal started the second ayah, Allahu la ilaha illa huwa al-hayyul qayyum, declaration of faith, and Allah Azza wa Jal stating la ilaha illallah, la ilaha illahu, al-hayy, the living, al-qayyum, who is always in charge. He is always ready to intervene, stop things, encourage things, try things, allow things to happen or not to happen. So this is why whatever happened, if it's happened, you have to accept that Allah allowed it to happen, whether it's good or bad. And if it didn't happen, Allah, if He wanted it to happen, He would have drawn your attention to what to do, what's missing, before you actually miss the chance. So Allah la ilaha illa huwa al-hayy. So you don't have to worry, you go to sleep, you go on holiday, or go to operation or something. You know, Allah is hayy, is always hayy, never dies, and He is always aware what's happening, and He is in charge of it. And He is qayyum. Qayyum or qa'im, by Himself. And qayyum carry also the meaning of it's His own habit always. Qa'im is man standing up. Qayyum, he's always able to stand up and he's always standing and ready. Akil, somebody ate a sandwich. Akul, he keep eating. So all of us could be akil, but not all of us will be akul, because you eat 1 or 2 meals a day, that's it. Now,
which word in that means eternal?
It's not here, eternal.
It says eternal in English.
Eternal. I don't know why he put eternal. Eternal is a different word. Where is ayat? Yeah, if you go to the English meaning, Allahu la ilaha illa huwa al-hayyul qayyum, Arabic, go to the English. Sustainer of existence, ever living, hayy, and qayyum, sustainer of existence. He's always ready and in charge, and he's, you know, making things happen or not happen, or change or not change. This is why you read more than one translation, because they might not get it right, you know. Some, because you're reading the understanding of the translator. So this is from King Faisal, King Saud University produced it, and they had all the experts and they had the money to spend on the translation. And so Allahu la ilaha illa huwa al-hayy al-qayyum, and he is the one who nazzala alayka al-kitaba bil-haqq. Now Imam Sha'rawi differentiates between nazzala alayka al-kitaba bil-haqq, nazzala, he sent down the book, the truth. نزل and أنزل. So نزل means he sent it on stages over 23 years. أنزل is one go. Like in أنزلناه في ليلة القدر, we've sent the Quran down from the Lawh al-Mahfuz, the protected book, to the first heaven in the night of Qadr. And then over 23 years, the world heaven, in the over 23 years, Allah sent it down to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And it depends on the events and circumstances and what they need to know or not know. So نزل عليك الكتابة, while here أنزل التوراة والإنجيل in one go. So Allah أنزل التوراة to Musa عليه الصلاة والسلام when he was talking to him on the mountain, and he wrote tablets, kept the tablets written already on the Torah, written already on the stones. So he didn't even need to dictate. They had the tablets. So نزل عليك الكتابة بالحق, with the truth, and in truth. نزل عليك to Muhammad صلى الله عليه وسلم, and عليك coming from above down to you. مصدقا, and this is what I was saying, confirming what's already بين يديه from the other prophets, and he is the one who أنزل التوراة والإنجيل. So مصدقا لما بين يديه, from the knowledge from previous prophets, and he is the one also who sent down the Torah, and he's the one who sent down the Gospels. Have you raised your hand?
Yeah. Nazar.
نزل.
That to do Nazar.
نزل is like Talha نزل downstairs. He went downstairs. نزل is something more emphasized. So what's the question?
Yeah, the question is the revelation from the that's related to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to the first heaven. That is Nazal.
أنزل.
Anzala.
That's أنزل. إنا أنزلناه في ليلة القدر. So the whole Quran came down on night of Qadr, 27 of Ramadan, to the first heaven. And then from first heaven to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
And what do you call that?
نزل.
Yes.
That's نزل over 23 years. That's the difference.
I think this is right, another translation I read is the nazala, when things non-physical and tangible come down. And anzala is when something physical comes down. So I think with Zumar is ألم ترى أن الله أنزل من السماء ماء أنزل. But then later on it said Allah نزل أحسن الحديث كتابا متشابها.
But here in this ayah أنزل التوراة, which is not tangible.
You said it was written on stone.
In one
physically
in one go. That's the meaning. In one go.
Stone, no?
It was on stone, written on stone for. I don't know how the stone were on earth or not, but no stones dropped.
Only sharing. It's not,
no stones dropped. Yeah, but no stones dropped on Musa. In the film, they show you it's written. It's been laser beamed and engraved on the stones. So, but here, أنزل التوراة والإنجيل, which is all of them are words of Allah Azza wa Jal. من قبل, before this, as a guidance to mankind. So we are confessing that yes, Injil, the Gospels, and the Torah are guidance to mankind. Why they take the Quran as a lie? And they don't read it. They just say it's a lie. You don't know what's in it. It's like this idiot, in the Netherlands. You know what's in the Quran? You worship democracy. Do you know in the Quran that Allah said the affair is a mutual consultation between themselves? This is shura in Islam. You don't read. Did you read in the Quran that لا تقتلوا النفس, don't kill, don't steal? Is he against? This is why they're idiot. They don't know what they're fighting. It's just while in the Quran, Allah come saying that it is the Gospels and the Torah were guidance to mankind. Hudan linnas. Wa anzal al-Furqan. Now here, anzal al-Furqan, the Quran is the book which will split the truth from the falsehood. So Anzala, the book which will show the right from the wrong. And then Allah Azza wa Jal, He doesn't stop shy from saying those who deny the signs of Allah. Kafaru bi ayatillah. Kafaru billah, you could say somebody hasn't seen Allah. Say, oh, there's no God, I haven't seen him. But you've seen all what He created, and you deny that He created. You see the house, no, nobody built the house. It's appeared by itself. You see the car, nobody built the car. He has no brain. So those who deny the signs that Allah Azza wa Jal showed them, that this is my sign, this is what I created. Show me what the other gods created. هذا خلق الله فأروني ماذا خلق الذين من دونه. This is the creation of Allah Azza wa Jal. Show me. Like, they went, landed on the moon. It took them 50 years to go back to the moon, which made a lot of people question whether the first landing was actually took place or not. Because if it takes you, if you go to the moon, if you go to Scotland or go to the Antarctica, the second trip will be easier. You learned your lesson. The third one will be even easier and easier. So it took 50 years to go back to the moon. And many people start questioning, what was the first one? Why it took that long? Why? So they were sacrificing with this guy who went, Armstrong, what's his name? Neil Armstrong? Yeah? We might die, okay, never mind. If he lands, we will. But anyway, and الذين كفروا بآيات الله, which is, yeah, you might say, I haven't seen God, so I don't know. But haven't you seen what He created, what He left behind? Somebody came here and left his wallet and things. His wallet, somebody came here and left the wallet. It didn't appear by itself. And Allah doesn't stop shy from saying, لَهُمْ عَذَابٌ شَدِيد. They will have severe punishment. Why is that? This is the case. I said to my student, Allah has a club called Jannah. He will only take to Jannah who says, La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. Don't want to say, okay, you go to hellfire. There's no third place. Either Jannah or hellfire. It's not happening. Okay, risk it. It's 50-50. Like, we did study this Pascal wager before here, and we drew the. So, and Surah Al-Mulk, that أَرَأَيْتُمْ أَهْلَكَنِيَ اللَّهُ وَمَنْ مَعِيَ أَوْ رَحِمَنَا. Either we go nothing after death, vanished, or we go to paradise. For you, the kafirin, you go either to hell or nothing. So nothing, we are the same. But for the other one, فَمَنْ يُجِيرُ الْكَافِرِينَ مِنْ عَذَابٍ أَلِيمٍ. Who will save the kafirin from this severe punishment? So Allah Azza wa Jalla straight away give them the warning. It is وَاللَّهُ عَزِيزٌ لَهُمْ عَذَابٌ شَدِيد. There will be severe punishment. And guess what? Wallahu Aziz, He's the only one. And no one else to come and intervene or have different opinion or make different decision or appeal. Allahu Aziz, we all need Him. He's in control, and He does take revenge. The difference, Islam came from what the Christian used to say, that if your neighbor hits you on the right cheek, turn the left cheek. They never did it. They always hit 10 times more. Like the same time with Israelis. When the Twin Tower were hit and 3,500 died, nearly 2 million died in Iraq and Afghanistan and things. Where is this turn the left cheek and the right cheek? And they don't even believe in it. They also say they claim to be Christian. The same the Jew now. They ate for every Israeli. They killed 20 people from Gaza. So that's even worse. And they agree with them. I mean, I was surprised with the disaster in Parliament. How it seemed there's so much strong Israeli lobbies in the Parliament. And they made a mess of the Parliament. when it came to. Although if they vote, will the guy there stop the fight? It's unlikely he will stop it. Even by this vote, who will make no difference at all, not binding to anybody, they didn't agree. So if you really want to sort, it seems you want to sort Palestine issue, you need to start from the parliament in London. It seems probably American are not going to, but Allah Aziz ذو انتقام, and He will take revenge. And in Allah لا يخفى عليه شيء في الأرض ولا في السماء. Nothing is hidden from Allah Azza wa Jal on earth or in heaven. All under His control and under His permission. He allows it or not allow it. Now, I always think that should the Arab and the Palestinians and the Muslims look into what's the story of Israelis and how they're going to progress and when they will be in control and how they will end, they might find they might be challenging the qadar of Allah. If you challenge the qadar of Allah, you're going to lose. But if the qadar of Allah Azza wa Jal, they will stay till the end of time. Because تأذن ربك ليبعثن عليهم إلى يوم القيامة من يسوهم سوء العذاب. Allah took upon Himself, He will send somebody to hurt them till the day of judgment. So they are going to stay, and they're going to finish them. You're not going to push them into the sea or something. And second one, ليدخلون المسجد الحرام فإذا جاءوا الآخرة ليسوءوا وجوههم وليدخلوا المسجد الحرام كما دخلوه أول مرة. It's going to be like, you ashame them and you go there peacefully. The Quran didn't say that like the first uprising. بعثنا عليهم عبادا لنا أولي بأس شديد فجاسوا خلال الديار وكانوا عدم مفعول. The first one, when the uprising in Medina, it was finished by force. Even when Ali ibn Abi Talib went to fight in Khaybar, the door he pulled with his hand, 7 people were unable to carry the door. So Allah gave him the power because Allah wanted that to happen. Allah didn't give the power to, it seems, to Hamas to put their hand and push all these missiles. And so if you study the Quran and the Sunnah, you might choose different way to deal with the Israelis. And Allah is not asleep. He doesn't know what's happening in Gaza, or doesn't know what's happening in the earthquake in Turkey or Syria. إن الله لا يخفى عليه شيء في الأرض ولا في السماء. And when something Allah permitted to happen, you need really to look into why Allah chose this, the wisdom behind it, why Allah did this. Then you look and see what's wrong, what we have done wrong to not to get the help from Allah Azza wa Jal. I was mentioning to my son-in-law that a scholar, one of the pious people, I think we studied it here or not yet, when he had like hemiplegia, he can't stand up to pray. So when he goes to the mosque, 2 people stand him up to pray Imam. He doesn't have to pray Imam. And then he stands up, he pray Imam, up and down, 4 rak'ah. When he finished, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, he need people to lift him up. So subhanAllah, Allah wanted him to have that privilege of you're still Imam, although you can't even stand up, but Allah made him stand up. And He is the one who gives you the shape in the womb of your mom as He wishes. He is the one who gives you the appearance. Now, فَأَرْسَلْنَا إِلَيْهَا رُوحَنَا فَتَمَثَّلَ لَهَا بَشَرًا سَوِيًّا. When Jibreel came to Maryam, he appeared a perfect man. Allah Azza wa Jal able to make all of us perfect men and women, but Allah chose to make some have defects. If you don't have people with disabilities, how would you value your eyesight, your hearing? And Allah gives the shape. So somebody was walking and has some sort of deformities. One guy, he laughed. So he laughed. He said to him, "Are you criticizing the make or the maker? It's not. I didn't make myself look like this. Are you criticizing me as an end result, built by Allah? Or are you criticizing the maker, Allah? So be careful, when you laugh at somebody who looks different than you. And this is why Islam doesn't have racism. We don't know what the black as black or the white as white, and if somebody just uttered the word haram, they can't say this. And when they were between Abu Dharr al-Ghifari and Bilal, and he said to him, "You are the son of the black woman, Ibn al-Sawda." And the Prophet ﷺ said, "You are a man who have a trait of jahiliyyah, of ignorance in you." He insisted to put his face on the ground, on his cheek, and asked Bilal to step on his face to get rid of this trait, because the trait is deep-seated in him. He went to get rid of it. Imagine like Donald Trump. He's saying now, هو الذي يصوركم في الأرحام كيف يشاء لا إله إلا هو العزيز, again al-Hakim. Everything he's doing with the ultimate wisdom. So nothing is done without actually a purpose to do that from Allah Azza wa Jal. And then Allah Azza wa Jal said, هو الذي أنزل عليك الكتاب منه آيات محكمات. I don't know when we started, but probably the time finished, because this need good explanation about ayat which is crystal clear, have one meaning, and ayat which have multiple meanings in the Quran, and how you navigate between these ayahs. Because Allah Azza wa Jal, the ultimate creator and infinite knowledge, he put ayah in the Quran, many ayahs which have 3, 4, 5 different meanings. Deliberately, he wants to see who actually choose to mess with the meaning and try to twist the meaning to his like most of what Daesh did, and ISIS, they twisted the meaning, making advantage of their followers not knowing the Quran. Themselves don't even know the Arabic. Even I mentioned the Ikhwan Muslimin, the Muslim Brotherhood, they insisted you should fight the leader who doesn't apply Sharia, because of these 3 ayahs in Surah Al-Ma'idah. وَمَنْ لَمْ يَحْكُمْ بِمَا أَنزَلَ اللَّهُ فَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْكَافِرُونَ فَاسِقُونَ الظَّالِمُونَ. While Allah talking about the Christian who are not ruling according to their Gospels, and the Jew who are not ruling according to their Torah. There's nothing to do with Sisi or how is Assad or this or that. And got themselves in mess since 1922 and never got out of it. And they never won in any country. So you start questioning, is Allah not backing the Muslims, or what's happening here? Why then? While if you look into all these countries, they have the scholars still there teaching, educating, and people is good and bad and ugly everywhere. Algeria, one of the countries ruled by socialists for years after liberation, but there's a lot of teaching there, and we really enjoy the top scholars there and teaching. The same in Morocco, the same in Tunisia, the same in Egypt, the same in like everywhere. The scholars who were with Allah Azza wa Jal, they could carry on, but those who took Islam for political ambitions, they're never being supported by Allah Azza wa Jal.